it's Emily here today. For this month's Technique Tuesday, we're focusing on Traveler's Notebook. I have this one from the brand Lamali, and it's a super beautiful cotton notebook, and comes in this really pretty wrap here. And I'm going to take it out and just show you a few of the pages, because it does have different types of pages. So there's how big it is. It's as big as my hand. So there's the white, and then there's a few decorative pages in here, which are super pretty, and then the cotton and some craft pages with, again, some of those decorative pieces, which are just super nice and really beautiful. This one's really high quality. I really like just the feel of it, the material of it. That's why I picked it. And it's also durable for mixed media. So today I'm going to be using some pictures I have of just general nature walks that I go on with my husband and our dog. So I'm going to be using 49 and Market Toast collage paper along with the new Nature Study from 49 and Market. So I have some laser cut elements, some ephemera bits, some of the paper, some of the file paper, which is super cute, of course some rub-on transfers, and just some more of the ephemera. So first I'm starting out with the collage sheets and just kind of picking which ones I like best. I definitely like the words, just put that one aside. And I'm just going to measure out how big my page is here. I'm just drawing with a pencil on each edge just to cut it out. For this one, I just figured I'd cut it out, try to get it at least as big as the page, but it really doesn't matter. I think the nature of this journal, it's kind of rustic, and I really like the material of it, so I kind of wanted to play off that. So I decided to get another piece of collage sheet and just start ripping the paper instead of trimming it, just to kind of add that rustic feel. And I'm using just plain Mod Podge that's matte, so when it dries, it doesn't have like a glossy finish or anything like that, which is what I wanted. I just wanted it to look like it was naturally on this paper already. So I'm just going through with a nice big layer on the bottom and another layer on top of it. And I just have the 49 and Market folder there behind it just to protect it from the other pages so they don't get glued together. So I'm just ripping off bits of the collage that I like and just Mod Podging them onto my first page here. And I left the top of that piece a little rough edge, which I liked, just for another element there. So now I have my pictures. I actually reprinted them because look how big they were for this journal. It's easy to overestimate how big your pictures are when you're printing them out. So I just made them a little bit smaller. And I have this really pretty fabric tape also from 49 and Market. And I'm just going to put some of it on randomly here. I like this darker green to highlight the greens in my photo, and I'm just gonna trim that off, and I'm just gonna fold that fabric tape over onto my next page because I'll eventually do my next page, so I'm okay with that. And now I'm gonna look at the laser bits here and see which ones I'd like to pick out for this page. And I do like the stick a lot. I like the 49 and Market elements because they're very realistic and they kind of play off my photos. So I like the flowers, kind of match my flower. And then I also like the ticket, adds a little bit more contrast as far as the color goes since it's a lot of brown and greens. So still just looking, I love all these little words, see the details, that's cute. I might not end up using all of these, but I figure I'll just get all of them out now as much as I can. And then I like this little ladybug. My flower here, I don't know if you can tell, but he has a little bee on it, so there's no bees in there, but I like the ladybug. I think that's kind of cute, goes with my nature theme. And then I did cut out, I liked this saying, says amazing magic that is nature. So I just need to find something to put that on. So I'm gonna go through the ephemera bits. Oh, I like that saying. And then I like this blue, that's probably gonna go with my other photo pretty well. So this one I'm going to put on this really pretty green to just kind of go with the green theme of this page. Rub-on transfers are great for a project like this because it doesn't add any dimension, but it adds such a really beautiful creative technique. So I am going to focus now a little bit on my left page here too. I'm going to allow this side, I'm going to trim that fabric tape off a little bit. I'm going to leave that edge as it is. I like the roughness of it, but while that side dries, I'm going to rip up some more of this collage sheets here and just kind of seeing what colors I like and what's just speaking to me. I think what's nice about traveler's notebooks or art journals is that there are no rules, and it's just a lot of fun. You can document, like for me, I don't travel too much, so for me, traveling is going on these nature walks and documenting what I have, and I think that's just fine. Whatever it is that speaks to you, especially with this collection from 49 and Market, I really felt like it went perfectly with my photos and what I wanted to document. So now I'm going to go through a little bit more of the ephemera because I'm doing the left side, and so just picking out some blues and just some other, I like this Explore, just some other pieces that I think might work. This is a really nice, like a folder that I might use on one of my other pages. So I'm going to pick that. So for this one, I kind of like that it's like the perfect size, right, for a folder or like a pocket, I'm sorry. So I'm just looking at the ephemera I've got and still waiting for this to dry up, so just using the heat gun on it to help speed up the process. So for this folder, what I decided to do was take the thinnest cherry tape we have and just put it right on the edges. You can use glue, but I find it easier to use the cherry tape, and it actually works great with this fabric and this paper. So I just did the edges, so there I have a little pocket now, so I can put stuff in there. And back to my other two pages here. So these are looking good. I'm just gonna try to see, I think I like my pink flowers on the right there and my purple violet one on the left. So now I have this Discover that I really want to use, and again with the rub-on transfer, just putting it on one of the tags that came in here, and that looks super pretty. I like that a lot. Okay, and then going back to my page here, and I'm just gonna see, oh yeah, I do want to add this fabric tape actually first to the left side because I didn't get to add any, and this one's super thick width-wise and just really pretty, the greens. So I wanted to make sure to incorporate that again on the left side of my page. So that looks good. I like that. And it's really, it's fabric, so it feels really nice. So now I have this Distress Mica spray I'm just going to spray my pages with just to add a little bit of shimmer, a little shine. I really like little elements like that. Sometimes you can't notice them in, super close, but when you're done with the project, you see a little shimmer and you're like, oh yeah. So now I'm just gluing down my ephemera here, my laser cut pieces, onto the right side. I like this ticket because it is a little bit of a different color. Still kind of brown, but has a little bit of a lighter color than the greens for a little bit of a contrast. So I'm now gluing down my leaves here, and I really like that these kind of play off the actual leaves in my photos. So it's kind of like the photos coming off the page is kind of how I imagined it. I like this flower here too, so I'm just gonna glue that one on just so you could see the top of it once I put my photo down. I like this blue strip over on the left side with my violet flowers I took a picture of here, so I'm gonna glue that one down. It really makes the blue pop. So there's that. And this is all about layering. I've learned this. Oh, and this also comes with these great little tags here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of cherry tape on each side and peel that off and then stick that on there, which is really cool. So it's a little like sticks out a little bit like a little filing tab. So yeah, so this is all about layering. I think with art journals, it can be scary to cover up, the things you worked so hard on. But from what I've seen from everyone and what I've learned just by working here is that layering, you get all that dimension and just the best quality when you end up layering a lot of different pieces and artwork. So just gluing down my page now, my picture, and I did put that little stump on a little bit of foam tape, so I know it's gonna lift a little bit in my journal, but I'm okay with that. I'm gonna add this twig here, and I'm okay with this going on top of my flower a little bit because you can hardly tell, but it does add a little bit more of an element to it. So just trying to see now if I want to put that saying over there. I kind of want to keep the blues on the left side. So the blue, I like this. See the details, I really like that. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick with the blue on this side. So I'm just gluing down this cute saying onto that ephemera piece. And then keeping the blue on the left here. And so just going to glue that down into the corner there. So I have my blue page with my pretty violet type flowers. And just making sure that sticks down good. And then I'm going to put this ladybug right here on this stump because she pops out nice on the stump, I think. That looks perfect. All right, just putting her down with some glue. Perfect. So now I'm going to move on here and find a little bit more ephemera. I think I want to grab for my right side. So I think I need a little bit more leaves. Or for the left side here, actually. I wanted to put something right there underneath the log a little bit. So this fits perfectly. And it kind of, like I said earlier, it's acting like the leaves are coming out of the page. So I really like that aspect of it. So now I'm just trying to figure out all the placement I'd like for the right side of my page, and I am putting my picture down on this side with some foam tape. So I've got that down. That looks good. And I think I'm going to put the title on the bottom here. And I do want to put something else on the top, but not sure yet. I'm just going to first glue down this green one because I am sure about that. And I think it's a lot of experimenting too when you're working on traveler's notebooks and journals. So now I'm just going to, I think, Mod Podge this little piece on. It says Mother Nature created a masterpiece, and I think that's just perfect with the theme I'm going for here. So that looks good. I'm just gonna put some Mod Podge on that there. And there's my finished page almost, and there's my tab. So I do want to glue this cute little word onto this tab because that's kind of the point, right, of a tab. And all this says is amazing. So now I'll know when I go to that tab, this is going to be my cute flower page. That looks really pretty. And then I have the pockets here, and I'm just actually going to sneak in some of that ephemera I didn't get to use that I did enjoy that I'm going to probably use later in this notebook. So that's just perfect for that. And then one last thing I want to do is actually something I see a lot of people use in art journals. And since this is my first one, traveler notebook, I wanted to add a little bit of splatter. So I'm just covering up my pictures with some scrap paper here. And to get the good splatter effect, you want to make sure you add some water to your paint and then just splash it around, just splatter it all over. And it's such a cool little detail, and I got a little bit of too much water there, so just dabbing it up, no big deal. But here is the finished product. There's my amazing tab, and then my pretty nature page. So there's my left side with all the blues and the pretty violet flowers. You can see the paint splatter a little better there. And then the right side with the greens. Super pretty. That was a lot of fun to make. And then here's also my pocket with my leftover ephemera. And I can't wait to document some more of my nature trails that I go on and take it with me wherever I go since it's so little. So thanks, guys. I hope this inspires you to make a traveler's journal.